Hello, hello, it's Burbo. Okay, so what a strange and unveiling week it's been. So I finally got the shop looking exactly as I want it to. You may notice that there's more room. I've actually in the process of selling my industrial machine. So that's out on the landing. Am I making you feel sick? So this has gone up for sale. It's gone up for sale because I've never really used it, and I do prefer my semi-industrial machine on my desk. Designated vintage rail here, with my own pieces, my own designs on the mannequins there. A lovely little mixture on the walls. Finally sorted out all the shoes and accessories. And then all of this is House of Burbo, original design. Rearranged my gallery with my photos of all my work. Another vintage rail here. Seating area and jewellery. And I've put the seating area so that people can actually sit and talk to each other. And it's also going to be a space where I'm going to be doing a new project as well. So what do we think? Do we like? Got all my jewellery out and on display again. Gorgeous. I'm a very happy boy in my shop. So I really dislike it when people wish their lives away, but I'm really, really happy that September's over. It was the same last September. I think everyone, all small businesses, have been really quiet during September. And I think it's a mixture of two things. I think it's back to school, where one of my colleagues was saying to me that back to school now is almost like Christmas, because kids going to school now, they've got to have the right jacket, they've got to have the right rucksack, they've got to have the right trainers, then stationery and things that they need for their work at school. And then also there's quite a few people who are taking last minute holidays at the end of the summer. So I've got through it, but September has not been what we call a bumper month for Burbo, or I don't think anybody else. But the last few days I have had a lot of inquiries. I've had a lot of people reserving pieces as well on the stores. And I think this is going to be the kind of the window between end of summer and people starting to think about Christmas. I have, of course, taken the opportunity while I've been quieter than usual to create some new couture pieces, which have all gone on the stores. Absolutely delighted with those. And then this week I've been working on some sample pieces in a block black colour of just different ideas that I've had, different ways of draping and folding, and just having a play really creatively and design wise. really exciting actually. I've also managed to gather together all of my colleagues and some other local businesses and put forward an idea of an event. So this event, we're hoping to hold it at the very beginning of November. So it's after half term, after Halloween, and just on the cusp of people starting to think about Christmas. So there's going to be myself, women's wear. There's going to be a menswear vintage seller, the ladies hairdresser from downstairs, Charlotte at No Loose Ends. There's going to be the girls from next door, ESK, who do lashes, nails, makeup. And we're going to put together an event, and we think we found a venue, and that's as much as I can say for now, because obviously we need to sort of firm up all the details, the date, get everybody together and decide a roster of events on the day, and how we can promote it. If you want to know more about that, please subscribe, and then you'll see any videos that I do to announce the event. Also this week I've done a little bit of a collaboration with Charlotte from No Loose Ends. She's actually invited me to display some of my pieces in her salon. So I'm downstairs in her salon, and I took some of my half mannequins and dressed them and styled them, and we've put them up in her salon along with one of my flyers, and yeah, so that her clients can see what I do, because they don't always want to come upstairs if they're in a rush, if their hair appointment goes over, that kind of thing. So yeah, they look really lovely. So that's businesses working together. And then this is ESK Beauty, who will be doing the makeup and the nails for our event. So Charlotte will be doing the hair. And ESK will be doing the beauty. Beautiful new couture pieces. I'm so happy with them. And all these gorgeous matte satins. So go take a look at the stores. My links are in my bio. You won't be disappointed. I also did quite a big overhaul of my pricing structure on my stores this month. While I had time to actually go through them all the made to order pieces, all the ready to wear pieces, all the couture pieces, and I've restructured how my pricing sits. So please let me know what you think. If you go and have a look at the stores, and please let me know what you think of my pricing structure and strategy. I've had quite a good feedback from it, because obviously I needed to put some at a kind of higher end high street price. And then obviously the couture pieces and the made to order pieces have to reflect the work that goes into them. So I think that they're really fairly priced. I don't use the word affordable because the word affordable is just a nonsense, because obviously what's affordable to one person isn't to another, and vice versa. So but I think that my pricing structure is really fair. So now, as we're going into winter and then eventually into the party season, I am thinking about more pieces in a plain black fabric, because obviously they can be reworn, and they can be worn in different ways with a lot of my designs. So a black dress from House of Burbo really is an investment, because you can wear it multiple times. You can dress it up with different accessories, wear it in different ways, and it really is an investment. And I want to offer more than just one piece, which is obviously the Nina dress, which I offer as my version of the little black dress. So I'm going to be looking at that, and I'm just a bit undecided as to whether to do that as a made to order, or whether just to make lots of ready to wear pieces in black fabrics. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. So this week, the end of the month, the internet has been aflame with discussions about the Prime Minister's announcement about incoming digital ID. Now, I don't discuss politics on any of my platforms or my social media at all, because I feel that myself, as a small business owner, as a self-employed person who relies on people liking what I do, liking me, I do feel that publicly I have to be very, very central. And I do, in my private life, consider myself very much a centrist. I always have done. And I truly believe that politics, progressively, we need to take different things, different ideas and different policies from different sides of the fence and different parties to truly move forward. That's my personal opinion, and that's really as far as my politics go. I'm not afraid of discussing things with people. I'm not afraid of giving my opinion. I don't hide away. But I really do think that we need to become more central and more adaptable in our approach going forward as a society. So the digital ID, I don't think it's going to be as successful as the government would hope, purely because it is digital and it's obviously internet based, which is a given. I have seen, and I've spoken to quite a few people about this, I have seen since 2020, when we had the lockdowns and everyone was pushed into living their lives pretty much online. So shopping online as much as possible, communicating with people online. I think that a lot of people over the last few years have a real sense of internet fatigue. I feel it myself. I'm not a big fan of social media, even though I have to do it for my work. And I do see a lot of apathy when it comes to social media and the internet. A lot of people don't trust it. A lot of people don't trust what they're being sold, what they're being told. and the paths that social media and the internet is leading people down, I think there is a real turn away. I was watching a post by a young girl today about postmodernism and counterculture and where she thinks it's going to go. She was talking in respect of fashion and style and music. So the kind of popular culture that surrounds us, and the fact that there isn't any one trend, there isn't any dominant fashion or trend or music style or anything like that. It seems like the whole world and the whole of history is like some huge supermarket, and people pick a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that, and genres and tribes, fashion tribes and musical tribes, seem to be going into reverse, really, and people just pick little bits of what they like. And I think that, along with this kind of apathy towards internet life and social media, there was a comment on this girl's post, and this guy just said it very plainly. He said, "The future is offline." And I thought, that is such a simple way to put it, but it's how I've been thinking over the past year, I think. You see the re-emergence of local markets. People are taking market stalls rather than shops because they're cheaper, they're open air, they're open to the public, they're free to get in. It's a human connection rather than shopping online. So that's really good and that's really healthy. And I just think, I feel that in the future, the internet and social media will become, rather than being immersed in it, I think it will become more like a signposting place, where there will be maybe huge community boards that you can look at and find different businesses or different services and then physically go to them. I think that's where we're going. So with the digital ID and people's concerns about being tracked and traced, and everybody's movements being under surveillance and all that kind of thing, I think that this is going to blow up in the faces of the people who are trying to use this. I don't think it's going to work quite as accurately, quite as speedily, or quite as effectively as people think it will. Obviously, the media and the news and everything else are going to try and turn it into a left-right situation, but I don't think this is a left or right issue. But that's just my thoughts on it. I think that the way that we are going socially, we are going to move away from the online life, just as a natural progression, because I think people have had enough of it. That's just my thoughts. My thoughts and views are my own. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you think I'm an idiot, whatever, then yeah, whatever. Also this week, I've been contacted by a potential celebrity client, an actress. I'm not going to say who she is, but she is currently on a bit of a road trip and she's planning to come and see me. So that's going to be very exciting. Love a bit of celebrity endorsement, as long as it's the right kind of celebrity. There are people in the public eye who I wouldn't dress in a million years. But there are some people who I think, you know what? She's all right, she is. Hopefully open up another avenue of people who will see my work and follow me and whatever, because she does have a very large following. So that's very exciting.